Good morning, Dr. Staggers. I thank you so much for taking out of your time in this busy time of the school year to provide this interview in terms of human capital, what you do with induction, in terms of what you do overall to assist in human resources and development. Dr. Staggers, I know you've been in education for more than 20 years. You provided a plethora of insight into the running of the system and other items. What more would you like the listeners to know about you?
Yes, my name is Dr. Letia Staggers. I am the Executive Director of Professional Development and Instructional Support. I have a role that consists of a merger between human resources and professional development to support the instructional process in our district. My role does consist of working closely with human capital, ensuring that we are equipping our educators with the best professional development possible to continue their growth with the goal of teacher retention and to reduce attrition across our district. And so, with that being said, my role is to ensure that we have opportunities for professional development for our classified and certified staff, as well as our school and district leaders. I also work very closely with our district calendar to show that we are working as a team to provide ongoing professional development with the addition of early release days for our teachers, our students, so that we can horn on specific skills that the instructional team may have observed or need additional support for our educators.
I thank you so much, Dr. Staggers. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll go to our first question. What are the district's top priority, or what were the district's top priorities for this school year?
Well, in this particular role, our top priority centers around three key pillars. The first pillar is involving the quality of the workplace over time. In essence, meaning that we work together to strengthen our induction and mentoring program, make sure that role is ongoing with our facilitator, looking at our STTS 4.0 rubric each time we meet to discuss areas of redefinement and things that we need to reinforce as we go in the school year. We also provide targeted professional development that's centered around the South Carolina standards, ensuring that our teachers have a vast knowledge of standard based instruction, which leads them into formulating problem based objectives for their classes. Our last thing here in this category is the ability to increase teacher effectiveness and retention. That is my overall goal. We constantly go back and study our historical data in reference to how many teachers left and how many teachers stayed, and what were our efforts to ensure security in that area. The second thing is to develop a culture that retracts and attain. Because we are a rural school district, we have to make sure that we are marketing our district in a consistent manner where we are elevating teachers' voice and choice with different options that we may provide. We are also looking at ways to expand leadership pathways. One way we're doing that is through our Assistant Principal Academy in the district, and we're using them to kind of prepare themselves to become a principal in the near future. And lastly, in this category, we look at ways that we can strengthen communication and school culture. We try to make sure that we are very transparent in the situations and problems that we may have, and as we work together to find solutions. So it's important that we communicate both orally and in a written manner so that everybody is aware of the issues that we may or challenges we may be facing so we can find suitable solutions to improve our school culture. And lastly, reducing disparities across in access of effective teaching. This has been probably the area of most control, most concern, because we have to look at ways that we can address teacher assignments, making sure we have teachers at hard to fill schools and areas. Also, make sure that we are supporting the most schools that are in the highest needs first. Looking at incentives to keep our teachers, such as retention bonuses, etc., and looking at differentiated compensation salaries. So we're looking at that based on our new minimum requirement from the state now of 48.5 to 50,005. Making sure that we set that pay compensation that is equivalent to what our state is allowing. And finally, we look at how do we monitor HR practices to promote fairness and compliance. So we go over policies, we review them, and ensure that we are in fact following what the state has outlined for us to do.
Wonderful, Dr. Staggers. Um, the next thing is about the challenges that the district is currently facing. What are two that you think are pivotal right now in terms of human resources and Williamsburg County School District? What are two of the challenges that you see right now?
Right now, our challenge right now is to recruit highly qualified candidates in hard to fill areas, such as our AP courses, our chemistries, and things like that, where we need some teachers with expertise to help our students become more effective. And secondly, retaining effective teachers. Once we grow them, we want to keep them. And that has been a challenge, especially in those high need schools. So we worked hard to make sure that we are providing instructional coaching and guidance along the way.
Wonderful. You talked a lot about induction and mentoring, and you also talked about how the district supports teachers in terms of professional development. And I thank you so much. In terms of professional development, other than what you've already said, what is at least one more thing that you know that your district does well in terms of assisting your new teachers or your emerging teachers in terms of growth? At least one other thing other than what you've already said.
One thing that has been very successful in our district is our practices support. Our teachers are having a high success rate due to the services that they are receiving in the district as former part of our Title II plan. In addition to that will be our classroom management series that we are using with our teachers and just making sure that we have effective mentors to support them along the way. That has been a key strategy for our induction and mentoring program.
Okay. You talked a lot about the leadership and advancement, and I heard you talk about your AP Academy, and that is really phenomenal, especially in terms of a rural district and being able to ensure that certain things that go on in larger districts are actually taking place. I'll give kudos to that. Um, does the district do anything in terms of continuing education or advanced degrees at this time?
Well, at this time, we are in the process of working on a career ladder. That has been one of our challenges is to, once they do become certified educators, we want to ensure that they do enroll into advanced classes, maybe through a master's program. We are looking to partner with other districts as far as services that we can do cross district to support our teachers as well, because we do know that Title II funding is being reduced once again this upcoming school year. So we have to look at how we manage resources um, to ensure that we are able to provide some of those advanced level coursework. We do offer endorsements through South Carolina Department of Education for some of our teachers. We also provide letters training as an ongoing effort. And then we partner with Kate to provide our apprenticeship program and ensuring that classified staffs also have opportunities. So we just don't focus on the certified. We also look at the classified as well, and where we have programs through residencies with Carolina CAP and some others through other organizations that, such as VOHES, we do have that opportunity as well.
Okay, and
And
wonderful.
we also, one more partnership I do want to share is the South Carolina State doctoral program. We have several administrators that are reaching their goals and becoming effective leaders.
And I am a part of that. And I am so excited that Williamsburg was able to give not just me, but all of the others the opportunity. Because I think with if the majority stay on within the district, I think that will be will make such a huge impact in Williamsburg. And one of my
Absolutely.
last questions, we talked a lot about, being in a region, we're low income, but we've been able to maintain a lot of structure that other districts that are in our situation may not have been able to maintain. From your standpoint, And from the human capital, human resources standpoint, what is something Williamsburg must do in order to stay afloat in terms of being in the midst of all of the districts that pay so much more money? What is it that we must do to ensure our stability?
Well, I think right now that we work on that career ladder, as I stated earlier, and develop our Grow Your Own Leadership Pathway programs for our teachers. We have to also seek grants to support our teachers as well so that they can have a capacity to grow. One thing that we are doing is looking at tailored professional development in those areas. We have to continue to find opportunities. Yes, it is kind of hard to look at our financial statuses. However, we have to look at what is the district currently doing to support our teachers. We do offer our teacher forums. We do have some feedback sessions. However, we have to continually review HR policies and procedures to ensure that we are in fact doing what we carry out and want to do. But right now, looking at our strategic human capital plan that is in place, we have to follow it and make sure that we are able to support. One thing we did do was with this plan was to first of all get a database system that can help organize the tracking of what we were doing and to revise job descriptions. That was an area that we worked on. And also, I hope that in the future we'll be able to continue with our sign-on bonuses, our referral bonuses, retention bonuses. Those are some areas that I know certainly that would help to keep our teachers here in the district as we continue to grow our own programs to support them. But there
And
are some
I
more things that we can do district wide.
and I do agree, Dr. Staggers, and maybe as you said earlier, working in teams to write grants, actually reaching out to philanthropic um, persons who may be able to assist in
Yeah,
that way. Uh, but I thank you so much for your time this morning. It has been wonderful, and I look forward to continual work with you. I thank you so much.
I thank you too, and continue to have a beautiful day.
Okay, thank you.